ladies and gentlemen, in their farewell performance.
Hey, Mitch Talk number 33. I'm feeling inspired, so I may do a bunch of these today. Very inspired. Turned off the fluorescent light over my head. Now I have a thing coming out of my head. See that? It looks like I have a thing coming out of my head right there. Still got to figure out how to do this with my hands. There we go. A thing coming out of my head. Hey, Mitch Talk number 33. You want a Porsche? You can have mine. Hey, that sounds like a good deal. My thinking on this was the other day I was thinking about, and this is sort of part of the book and the DVD series, The Secret, that came out a bunch of years ago. And it's also a universal principle. There, in my opinion, there's a biblical principle behind this too. The point of The Secret and thinking about the universe and God's gifts is that there's plenty for everybody. There's plenty. There's plenty of everything. There's plenty of food. There's plenty of Porsches. There's plenty of water. There's plenty of jobs. There's plenty of love. There's plenty of clothes. There's plenty of everything. How we distribute it, now that's a whole nother can of worms that I don't want to get into and I can't get into, because how we distribute it is a big old question. And we're all working hard on that to figure that out. My point about the Porsche is that there are plenty of Porsches in the world. There are plenty of, I bet you there's 5 Porsche dealerships within 100 miles of where I'm sitting right now. There are plenty of Porsches. Right now on a rainy Saturday, you could go check out a Porsche. That sounds nice, huh? But see, the thing is that I don't want a Porsche. I just don't. Oh, I suppose if one pulled up right here and someone jumped out and said, hey, you can have this Porsche, I don't think I'd probably turn him down. But I don't want a Porsche. I'm not looking for a Porsche. Porsche is not a car that particularly is something I want. I'm interested in a 2005 teal Thunderbird. Now that excites me. That gets me going. That makes me pursue things. So much so, in fact, I got to test drive a 2005 teal Thunderbird about a year and a half ago for a long weekend. And it's because I put it in my mind as that was something I wanted. There's plenty to go around. It depends what you put your premium gasoline in, what you put your heart and mind and energy into. There's plenty of Porsches out there. I personally don't want one, so you can have mine if you want. The one that's put aside for me, I don't want it. There's plenty to choose from here. We are not at a lack of. We're not at a lack of employment. We're not at a lack of opportunities. We're not at a lack of creative ideas. There's plenty to go around. What do you want? What do you focus on? Now, if you're like, look, I love people who say to me, I just want to work as an actor on Broadway. Okay, that's easy to do. That's very easy to do. I don't think that's really what you mean. I just want a car that gets me from home to work. Okay, that's easy to do. Those are out there, and you can have that. If that's really what you want, you can have that. There's an old saying, I guess. I might not get it right, but someone's on the Titanic. They're in the corner eating crumbs out of a little bag of food they brought with them, and they keep saying, "Why don't you come on in? Come on into the dining room." Oh, no. I'm third class. I'm fourth class. All I can do is eat the crumbs here. A couple dogs went by my window. That's what I was looking at. I can only eat the crumbs I brought. No, come on in. Come on in. Goes through the whole trip that way. And then finally someone says to them, why did you never come into the dining room for dinner? Well, I didn't pay for it. I can't afford it. And they said, it was all paid for when you bought your ticket. Your ticket included the food in the dining room. Are you sitting out on the deck eating your crumbs instead of going into the dining room, or raising your hand and saying, am I allowed in the dining room? Am I allowed in the dining room? Baby, you want to go test drive a Porsche today? I don't know that they'll let you, but you know what? Go to a Porsche dealership, because you know why? Shh, secret time. Come closer. That's where they keep the Porsches, is at the Porsche dealership. So if you want a Porsche, go to a Porsche dealership. That's step one. What is it you want? Go to that place. That's step one. I realized when I was editing that one real quick, I never really said my biblical premise for some of what I just said. There's a thing in the Bible, someone will give me the verse at some point in private messages, you guys often do that, that says, in my Father's house there are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have said that? That's basically the gist of what Jesus says. In my Father's house there are many rooms. Let me expand on that just for a second. See, my room looks different than your room. Your room looks different than my room, which looks different than my neighbor's room, la, 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 la. That's why there are many rooms. We don't all want the same things. We don't all get excited by the same things. So there are many rooms. There are many, many rooms. They're full of whatever. It's your decision. There are many rooms. There aren't 2 rooms. There aren't 8 rooms. There are many rooms. Have a great day. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, in their farewell performance, The Incredible Dream.